Good morning. Hello to all my replayers out there. Welcome. This is a Periscope video, but it's going to be on YouTube. Welcome everybody. Good morning. How are you guys doing? So today is the third eye, focusing on judgment, perspective, perception, thoughts, all those good things. Good morning. How are you doing, Christine? How are you feeling? My hair is wild. I don't even care. So, I am intrigued to see what, I just chopped more off of mine yesterday. Why? I'm intrigued to see who gains something from this today, because this is the third eye. This is, our judgment call, our perception, our holding of space where we get to knowingly know, and we get a lot of headaches from this stuff. So I'm just intrigued to see what happens here, and I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' opinions. So I have 5 affirmations for you guys. 4 of them I wrote today. 1 of them is a repeat. And I had to grab my coffee, so don't mind me. So, all right. Let's begin, shall we? If you're ready, go ahead and type 1 for me so that I know that we're ready to look over these affirmations. We'll talk about them, and then we'll go to the meditation. All right, we got 1. We got 1. We're missing some of our regulars. Yeah, that's because I'm late. It's my fault. 1. All right. I got a couple 1s in here, so awesome. Let's just go through this and see what happens. I function at my level of integrity and only hold myself to this standard. I function at my level of integrity and only hold myself to this standard. Thank you. Number 2. I think with the depth perception of my spirit. I think with the depth perception of my spirit. Number 3. I openly acknowledge my intuition when I followed through with its message. I openly acknowledge my intuition when I followed through with its message. Someone's trying to call me. Whoops. All right. Number 4. I make wise decisions and I trust myself after I've made them. I make wise decisions and I trust myself after I've made them. And number 5, it is safe to be confident in the decisions I make that are best for me. It is safe to be confident in the decisions I make that are best for me. How was that, everybody? Thank you. How does everybody feel about those affirmations? Any of them hit home for you? All of them. Thank you, Christine. All right, so I'm going to go over why I chose these, and then we'll get to the actual meditation. The number one, I function at 3 and 4, good. I function at my level of integrity and only hold myself to this standard. The reason why I chose this one, and I thought of it early this morning, because I see a lot of us, when we act on things or we make judgments of things or we're asked to do something, it may not align with our integrity, but we don't want to feel like we're putting someone else down because that level of integrity doesn't meet theirs. And it's tough because you have to decide for yourself what's best for you. And that's why that last one was important to me as well. But what I wrote for this first one was, judgment of behavior is one of the biggest disconnects we have in society, because integrity is defined as moralistic kindness. But people and cultures have different ideas of the level of morals they live by and what's appropriate and what's rude. We don't always know how to function with each other because everyone has a different opinion on behavior. We must be willing to work on our level of integrity and what we know to be true and kind, and live to the best of that while we are here. So, hopefully, you guys remember that your level of integrity is the only one that you should be moving and acting in. And just remember that your morals are the only ones that matter for you. All right. Number 2. I think with the depth perception of my spirit. I thought of this morning, and it just popped into my head, and I was like, you know what? That really does make sense. Where you are in life is a matter of perspective. How far you've come is a matter of perspective. And the two biggest perspectives that differ but influence us most is the ego and the spirit. Which one do you want leading the way? That to me is the key to whether or not we're actually being guided properly and realizing what it is that we see as the bigger picture. Because for us, our ego and our spirit have very different perspectives of what is going on with our life. See, I don't know if you guys have seen The Awkward Yeti. I think it's The Awkward Yeti. One of my favorite social media cartoons out there. And The Awkward Yeti usually shows some cartoon between the heart and the head, the brain. And that happens all the time. And I think that we have to remember that what we're being guided by really influences how we perceive things. So I want to be guided by my spirit. How about you? All right. Number 3. Yes, Awkward Yeti. It's one of my favorite cartoons. Number 3. I openly acknowledge my intuition when I follow through with its message. Okay. So, how often do you listen to your intuition? And then, even after you've listened to your intuition, you're driving but listening. Wonderful. I'm glad you're here. Please drive safely. And then after you have and realize it was right, how often do you acknowledge, wow, my intuition was awesome today. I'm getting so good at listening these days. How often do you give it praise, recognition, give yourself the the pat on the back for hearing it and saying, yeah, I followed through with my intuition today. That's awesome. How often do you do that to the point of recognizing that, because the more that you acknowledge it, the more that it shows up, because the more you're listening to it. It's always there, but sometimes when we don't even give it praise or recognition, we're not even, giving it the time of the day, then of course we're not going to hear it. Of course it's not going to come through. Of course your intuition is going to just hang out in the back and say, all right, you got it on your own. Been listening better than I used to. The more you listen, the more it speaks. Right, exactly. The more you acknowledge that you've heard it makes a difference, because you can say, oh yeah, I listened to my intuition today and da-da-da-da. But then you could also say, wow, I listened to my intuition today and it was dead on. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you. There's a huge difference on the enthusiasm and the love energy that you are giving your intuition. This is what I need to work on. You're glowing this morning. Thank you. So I am I'm in awe of my intuition, and I give praise to myself for listening, right? So that's what I would hope that we focus on for today and for our future, is that we are giving our intuition the acknowledgement that it deserves. All right. Number 4. I make wise decisions, and I trust myself after I've made them. This one is the repeat. I've made this one before, but I can honestly say there are many days still that when I've made a decision, or when I've, come across people that, may influence whether or not I follow through with my decision, I get to this maybe that's just not the right, I don't know. I've had a couple times when I acted on intuition and was wrong, but kudos to me for listening. Interesting. Are you sure it was your intuition? Positive. But that's okay, because the fact that you were listening to yourself in a way of saying, okay, so let's say you're sitting in a red light and you can only go right or left. And your intuition says, go right. So you go right, and you end up getting into a car accident. Do you think, just hold on, do you think that when you went right, you were wrong onto listening to your intuition? Even though you got into a car accident, you ended up getting an insurance bill or insurance payment of not only getting a new vehicle, but you also ended up, getting extra money. No, not sure, but that's what I meant, was acting on my gut. We don't make right decisions, we make decisions right. I like that one. So it's interesting because our intuition doesn't always come out like it's doing us the best at first. But if we're listening to it, the results can end up being quite intriguing. All right. Where was I? I was on number 4. I make wise decisions and I trust myself after I've made them. So, it's one thing to think you are making a good decision and you've built it up, and then after you've made it, you question it. Even if it's a simple decision about what kind of butter you got at the grocery store, could you have gotten one that was cheaper? Trust yourself, for goodness sake. One of the things that I can honestly say I'm really good at is questioning myself. I'll say, okay, I've got $50 to go to the grocery store, and I really wanted creamer, okay? Really wanted creamer. That was main goal of going to the grocery store, because I like my creamer and my coffee, and I only have 1 cup a day. But I'm thinking, I really want my creamer. I think that's what I meant when I said wrong in quotes. Is it really wrong if we learn? But when I go down to the grocery store with my $50, I start picking up other things that I need. And then I'm like, okay, I need this, I need that, I need this. And then when I get to my creamer, I look at them all and determine if I really need it. I went to the grocery store for the creamer, but instead, because I only have $50, I have to decide what I'm getting, if I'm even going to get it. And then I decide, maybe I shouldn't get my creamer. I deny myself of an opportunity to give to myself because I questioned something I needed or wanted. Apparently coffee all the way is not important, right? I don't know. But that was just an example of some of the ways that we question ourselves. There are so many, it's not even funny. I think we do it to ourselves every day. I still have to question, I still get into this mode of, should I even get on Periscope today? Am I even making a difference today? Am I even going to impact someone today? I do know you. You gotta have your coffee. But I think to myself, I question what my role is in this world. And then I think, am I even making a difference? You've made a difference for me. Thank you. But it's besides the point. Every morning you wake up and you have to go in front of a camera and in front of live, and whatever you look like, that's how you look. And I still, to this day, after a year of doing this, think to myself, am I really making a difference? Should I even continue this? Do I need to keep going? Is it even going to do anything? Yeah. But we do. We question it all the time. Even when we've made our minds up, and after we've made the decision, followed through on the action, we'll go home and say, was that the right choice? All the time is the answer to that one. Oh, thank you. So, really, truly, how often do you guys make a decision that you question? Can you really say how often do you do that? Because I honestly probably do it at least once or twice a day. At least. But who's counting? Right. So by this one affirmation, I want to truly own and say, I make wise decisions and I trust myself after I've made them. I want to put out there energetically that I'm making a conscious decision to trust myself. We missed you so much when you took some time to yourself. You certainly make a difference. Thank you. I'm learning to listen to me more. Awesome. I question if I should question it. Even that. Yes. It's as simple as that. And it's crazy how true that is. We do that all the time to ourselves. All right. Last but not least, it is safe to be confident in the decisions I make that are best for me. All too often we make choices based on the relationships we carry. For example, as a kid, our parents get to tell us how to live our lives. As we grow up and build friendships, we mold our ideas about life and where we all want to end up, and whether we can all end up together. And then, as an adult, we get into intimate relationships and become wrapped up in who's the leader and who's the follower. But not enough do we make the effort to just say, this is my course of action, and while I still maintain a foot on the journey with you, I must also carry out my dreams and goals for me. This is what messes with our spirit most, not following our own path while paralleling with others. Believe in yourself. Know that the life you want to live is yours to decide. Last night I made a decision to take care of me. I sat down and ripped some seams instead of going to church. Hey, sometimes God is hanging out with you while you do what you got to do. And I can honestly, well, I wouldn't say sometimes, I would say he's always there. But really, sometimes if we just take the time, the quiet time with ourselves, that's when we can feel God the most. Church is a great opportunity, but when we take time for ourselves and truly take on the love and spirit for ourselves, that's when we sometimes feel God the most. So, but this last one, we have to remember that the journey that we're on is still ours, no matter what. It is always going to be ours and only ours. We are the person that we live with every day. We're the person that we're going to die with. That's it. Nothing else is promised. So while we're here, we're going to come across journeys of other people. And it's going to either parallel with us or it's going to go on its own merry little way. And you have to send that with love. But if you are involved in, intimate relationships, or you want to work your life around someone else, that's what trips you up, because your journey is here, but you're doing this around your journey because you're following all of these other people. Remember what's best for you every day. And just because someone else may have an idea of where you should be on their journey doesn't necessarily mean that you're supposed to be there. When someone else says, well, you're my spouse and you should be this for me. Okay, that's your journey. That's your path. That doesn't align with mine. And you guys have to talk about stuff like that. And then you guys have to work on those things and maybe go to counseling and all of those other things. But I'm not here to tell you guys how to live your relationship life. I'm telling you how to establish boundaries for yourself and know that your journey is just as important as the person that you're spending your journey with. Okay? You speak amazing truth. Thank you. So, we're going to move on to the meditation. But if anybody has anything else they'd like to say, just pull it now. Say it now. Someone pulled a card earlier on Scope, something about letting your purpose find you. Interesting. ... Instead of searching so hard for purpose. Letting the purpose find you instead of searching so hard for the purpose. I like that. Very good. All right. We got this meditation going. We're going to get meowses. Why? Because my hair is a lion's mane today? Oh, thank you. I think my hair looks like a freaking lion's mane, y'all, and you guys are just like, yo, you look gorgeous. Okay, well, thank you. All right. Well, I'm ready. Got to get grounded so I can go to work. Woohoo! All right. Anybody else out there? We're all ready for this meditation? My comments are delayed, Pooh. Pooh. Let's do this. All right. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And I want you to imagine a purple light in front of your eyes, where you're right in between your nose and your eyebrows. Imagine yourself building and growing and loving that purple light. Take another deep breath. And I want you to bring your arms out slowly, wiggling your fingers. You are the tree, and your fingers are the leaves. Bring your arms all the way up, stretch and breathe. And bring your arms down, slowly wiggling your fingers. You are the tree, and your fingers are the leaves. Now I'm going to ask you to do something strange and put your hands over your eyes. And I want you to repeat this after me. I trust myself. I judge with my level of integrity. I make decisions that are best for me. and I trust my spirit's voice. Take a deep breath. And as you remove your hands away from your body, I want you to repeat this after me. I release all negative energy. I want you to take your right hand and place it over your heart. You are loved and cherished and adored. Everything that you are is worthy of love. It is okay to give love, to receive love. Take a deep breath and move that energy down into your stomach, right over your belly button. You are wise and strong and capable. Your choices are yours to make, and it is okay to be confident in doing so. Take a deep breath and move that energy down into your pelvis area, wherever is comfortable for you. It is okay to be passionate and creative and expressive and emotional and vulnerable. Take a deep breath and move that energy down into your legs. Let your arms hang. Move the energy into your knees. Bend your knees a little bit. Move the energy into your shins, into your ankles, into your feet, and into your toes. Wiggle your toes. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. One more deep breath. All right. Shake it out, stretch it out, sing it out, dance it out, do what you gotta do. How do you guys feel? Coffee, coffee, coffee. Good. Good. Ready. Ready, ready? Ready, Freddy? All is good. I'm going to rewatch the affirmations later, only cut the meditation. Well, I'm glad you were here. So thank you for watching and hanging out with me, even for the small portion that you were. Thank you for watching the replay. All right. So because I'm going to be downloading this to YouTube, I'm going to say goodbye and have a beautiful day. And I will see you guys later. I'm thinking about doing a scope later today that has to talk about the chakra and what I chose and a little bit of the reason for this meditation. You arch these multiple times, so valuable. Rewatch. Roo arch. Woo dab dooby dooby dooby. Woo doop dabba doop dabba doop da doo da. Have you guys seen Tarzan? Tarzan? Okay. He's your baby. Have a great day. You guys, beautiful day.